Right, hello lads and lasses and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today match day 2 is here. This season is going to fly by, I can already tell. And yeah, we've got a trip to Dingwall on on the lads' hands today, and I am here to preview the clash. Before we go any further though, if you guys are enjoying the content and you want to help support the channel, the best way to do so is to click that like button and click that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, Dingwall. Never the easiest of places to travel to, both in a footballing sense and also in a literal sense, because it's not a friendly 3-hour trip north as per I've heard. It seems a pain, to be quite frank. Regardless though, that is what's in store for the lads as we look to take our first 3 away points this season. Remember last season it took us all the way to October to get those 3 points away from home, but hopefully this season it comes a lot quicker. Running into this match though, Celtic have only had one competitive fixture so far, that being the 2-0 victory over Aberdeen on Flag Day, and we sit top of the league. As for Ross County, their league campaign began with a 2-1 loss to Hearts. Away from home, they sit 9th on the ladder. It's a bit weird how the ladder works. They sit 9th, but Hearts sit second. It's weird. Who knows? Anyways, regardless, moving on. Now, as for injuries and suspensions, Ross County are actually dealing with a completely clean, full bill of health. They've got nothing to deal with, no injuries, no suspensions, nothing of the sort. They are arriving with their strongest, they're playing with their strongest 11. As for the Celts, bit of an injury update here. Rayo Hatate will miss the game due to a muscle injury, with Ange throwing caution to the wind, not wanting to risk one of our engine. Right, elsewhere though, Yusuke Itaguchi and Carl Starfelt are both available for selection, which mainly is great to see for Carl, because it has been a hell of a lot of a time since we've seen him in a Celtic jersey, and it just must have been really unfortunate dealing with that hamstring injury, so it'll be good to see him if he can get some minutes tonight. And that leads us into the lineup prediction. If you're unsure of how this goes, it is a combination of what I think Ange will go with, what I'd like Ange to go with, and that sort of creates the best possible Celtic lineup. And if you ask me, Ange should bring me in as a starting lineup specialist. Right, well, we are going with Joe Hart in between the sticks. Of course, he will be there. Then at right back, Josip Juranovic. Slow start to last week for Salt J, JJ, whatever you want to call him. A lot of people thinking that Anthony Ralston should start at right back. However, I still don't believe Juranovic has done anything to lose that. Elsewhere, into the centre backs, I believe we will maintain the Cameron Carter-Vickers and Stephen Welsh combination. You don't want to be playing Carl Starfelt right from the offset. He might get 10 minutes at the end. We'll have to wait and see. So for me, Welsh is starting. A lot of people criticise me because I seem to pick on Welsh. So there we go. He can start today. Then at left back, it will be Greg Taylor. He had a decent performance against Aberdeen, I felt. So yet again, done nothing to lose that spot unless Bernabei has been tearing the house down in training. Then into the midfield trio, of course, Callum McGregor as the starting CDM and our captain. Then replacing the injured Rayo Hatate, I am going for David Turnbull. Of course, I think David Turnbull deserves a chance to start, especially over Aaron Moy, considering David Turnbull was our starting centre mid for pretty much all of last season until he got injured. Then, obviously, at the cam, we have Matt O'Reilly. Then into the front three, a bit of a different look to last week. This is where, obviously, my personal opinion will come in. I believe Leo Labada should start on the right wing. Then Jota, of course, will be more effective on his left wing. And that leaves me going with Kyogo up top. However, yet again, I would not be disappointed to see Georgios Giakoumakis start at striker. I feel Giakoumakis offers a lot in the build-up. But then you can't deny Kyogo's movement is absolutely world class. But that leads us into the final score prediction. And playing at Dingwall, it is never easy. Last season, we won there twice out of 2 times. But the first time was thanks to a 96th minute winner from Anthony Ralston. And the second time, we had a Jota masterclass on show. Now, don't expect this to be easy. Ross County, under Malky Mackay, are a well-coached team. They are well-drilled. Last week, I believe I was a bit too cocky, just a smidge too cocky, predicting a 6-0 victory for Celtic, because I really just ignored the fact that it was our first match of the season and there would still be cobwebs, and I'm a bit more sensible this week, and I can agree there will be still some cobwebs this time around. That is only natural, of course, but do expect a better performance overall, I think, from the Celts. Now, another thing to mention is Celtic's attack against Aberdeen. It appeared quite stocky at times. I don't think it was as fast and free-flowing as we've come to expect under Ange. Will that see the introduction of someone who is just electric on the ball, like Leo Labada, or even Yakumarkas to assist in the build-up play? We'll have to wait and see till an hour before kickoff when it is confirmed. But Ross County as well, in terms of attack, have lost quite a bit of star power. Regan Charles Cook has left the club, and he was obviously the league's top goal scorer, equal top goal scorer with Yaku, who knows? Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to Yaku. We'll see. Anyways, I'm losing myself here. Regan Charles Cook left. That is very important for Ross County. He was their top goal scorer and the equal league top goal scorer, so that should be interesting to see whether they still have any attacking prowess. They never really showed it against Celtic last season, but, you know, it still is a possibility. So I don't think Celtic will be troubled in attack. That is the bottom line there. However, do expect some stout defense, I believe. You know, and look, you've only got to look right at Jota, Abada, or Dyson Maida, Matt O'Reilly, David Turnbull. They're the players who will create those chances for themselves or for the strikers, right? Because, but last week, you know, those final passes in the final third, it was just like I said, a bit stocky, a bit clunky at times. You know, we need to be getting that movement and connect some quality final third passes together this week if we want any chance of winning this match. Because knowing Ross County, they could easily put 6-7 men behind the ball and make it really difficult for Celtic to break through. Because the thing is, right, at the end of the day, the onus isn't on the striker with the way Celtic plays. Sure, you know, you can get involved in the build-up play early on, but at the end of the day, the striker's role is to be there at the end to get to just finish any chances created, right? And whether that is Kyogo or GG, they're pretty much always in the right spots. It's just about getting the passes straight to them. And then at the end of the day, when the passes get to them, they're usually good enough that they don't have to do much and they can just put it in the back of the net, you know? So I think if we do see some quality passes from our wingers, from our players in the midfield, I don't think goal scoring will be an issue. It's just whether we have, you know, improved a lot this week, and because, you know, it's annoying to see how much star power we have up front, but then just the cobwebs. I know it's early days, you know, right? I'm not going to criticize the team too much, but naturally we do have to get better and better, and I'd say at a quicker rate than most seasons, because obviously the Champions League group stage is coming up and we can't be, you know, still not at 100% when we reach there. Anyways, though, I think if we can get the passes right, I think that's all that will matter. Unless there's any brain explosions in defense, I don't think we should be troubled there. So it will be tough, but as always, this should be a decent win in the end. I'm not predicting a 6-0 victory like I did last week, purely because of how just that smidge bit of cockiness came into play there. So this week I am feeling a 2-0 win. Again, although the more the better, of course, with goal difference and just to send a message. For me, Kyogo will score and David Turnbull will score the other, but that is all from me. So if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments below your final score predictions, and until next time, hail, hail.